Throughout history, there have been stories that capture the imagination of humanity, tales of lost civilizations, buried treasure, and unimaginable wealth. But few legends are as captivating, as mysterious, and as enduring as the legend of El Dorado, the mythical city of gold. The story of El Dorado has inspired explorers, adventurers, and treasure hunters for centuries. But what is the true origin of this legend? Is it merely a myth, or is there more to the story? Join us as we dive into the fascinating history of El Dorado and explore how this fabled city became one of the most sought-after treasures in the world. The legend of El Dorado originated in South America, a land that was both alluring and mysterious to the European explorers of the 16th century. The story of a golden city hidden deep in the jungles or high in the Andes Mountains first emerged when the Spanish conquistadors arrived in the Americas. They came in search of gold, wealth, and glory, but what they found were whispers of a place so rich in gold that it defied belief. El Dorado was initially not a place, but a person, specifically a king. The name El Dorado means the Gilded One in Spanish, referring to a ruler of a powerful indigenous tribe who allegedly covered himself in gold dust during sacred ceremonies. The most famous version of this story comes from the Muisca people who inhabited the highlands of present-day Colombia. According to legend, the Muisca would hold a ritual on Lake Guatavita, a sacred lake high in the Andes. Their king, the Zippo, would be covered in gold dust and would sail to the center of the lake on a raft. There he would offer treasures to the gods by throwing gold and precious jewels into the water. This act was said to honor the gods and ensure the prosperity of the Muisca people. The Spanish conquistadors, upon hearing these stories, believed that there must be a city where the Zippo's wealth came from. A city so rich in gold that even the ruler could afford to cover himself in it. This idea sparked a frenzy of exploration and conquest, with men like Gonzalo Jiménez de Quesada, Sebastián de Belalcázar, and Francisco Pizarro leading expeditions into the uncharted territories of South America. These explorers, driven by greed and ambition, braved the harsh environments of the Amazon rainforest, the high mountains, and the treacherous rivers, all in search of El Dorado. Yet despite their efforts, none ever found the mythical city. The failure to locate El Dorado only added to its mystique, and over time, the legend grew even larger in the European imagination. The myth of El Dorado was further fueled by the Spanish chroniclers and writers of the time. These accounts, written by people like Gonzalo Fernández de Oviedo and Juan de Castellanos, embellished the tales of golden cities, describing fabulous riches beyond comprehension. These exaggerated stories captured the imaginations of future generations, inspiring more expeditions and keeping the dream of El Dorado alive. But what was the reality behind the legend? While the golden city of El Dorado has never been found, historians and archaeologists believe that the Muisca ritual on Lake Guatavita was very real. Evidence has been found of gold offerings being made at the lake, and several attempts were made in the 16th and 17th centuries to drain Lake Guatavita to recover the gold. While some treasure was retrieved, it was far less than what the legend had promised. In 1911, another effort was made to drain the lake, but again, only a small amount of gold was recovered. These failed attempts only served to deepen the mystery of El Dorado. Over time, the idea of a single city of gold gave way to the belief that El Dorado might not be one place, but rather a symbol of the immense wealth that was thought to be hidden throughout the Americas. The lure of El Dorado was not limited to the Spanish. Other European powers, such as the English and the Dutch, also launched expeditions in search of the city. Sir Walter Raleigh, the famed English explorer, led 2 voyages in the late 16th century to find El Dorado. Raleigh believed that El Dorado was located near the Orinoco River in present-day Venezuela. However, like the Spanish before him, Raleigh failed to find the city, and his expeditions ended in disappointment. Despite these failures, the legend of El Dorado continued to captivate people well into the 19th century. By this time, the search for lost cities had taken on a more romantic, almost mythical quality, with adventurers like Percy Fawcett embarking on expeditions into the Amazon in search of ancient civilizations. While Fawcett's quest ultimately ended in tragedy, it demonstrated that the allure of the unknown, the desire to find something extraordinary, still burned brightly in the hearts of explorers. Today, the legend of El Dorado remains a powerful symbol. It represents both the ambition and the folly of those who seek to find unimaginable wealth, often at great personal cost. The story of El Dorado has evolved over time, shifting from a literal search for a golden city to a metaphor for the human desire for riches and glory. It is a tale of obsession, adventure, and the unquenchable thirst for discovery. As we reflect on the legend of El Dorado, it is worth considering what the story truly represents. Was it a simple myth, born from misunderstanding and exaggeration, or was it a deeper reflection of humanity's endless pursuit of wealth, power, and immortality? In the end, the legend of El Dorado may never be fully resolved. The city of gold may never be found, but the story will live on, an eternal reminder of the dreams, the dangers, and the mysteries that continue to captivate us all. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the legend of El Dorado. If you enjoyed this exploration of history and myth, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay updated with more fascinating content from Wonderwave.